Citizenship. We all have one. That small document that defines who you are, where you belong, and what rights we have. For most of us, it's something we take for granted. But what if one day that citizenship just disappeared? Imagine waking up one day to find out you are no longer a citizen of your own country. This has become a reality for hundreds of Kuwaitis since 2014. In today's video, we will discussing one of Kuwait's most controversial issues, citizenship revocation. But to understand this complex matter, we need to start from the very beginning. In 1959, Kuwait created its first nationality law. The law defined original Kuwaiti citizens as those who settled in Kuwait before 1920. This created what we call the Asli or original citizens versus naturalized citizens. After understanding Kuwait 1959 nationality law, we need to examine one of its most significant consequences, the Bedoon crisis. The word Bedoon comes from the Arabic phrase Bedoon jinsiyya, meaning without nationality. But who exactly are the Bedoon and how did this crisis begin? Let's start with the origins. In the late 1950s, when Kuwait began registering its citizens, several groups of people missed the crucial registration period. First, we had the nomadic tribes. These were people who moved freely between Kuwait, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia, didn't understand the importance of registration, lacked the necessary documentation, and followed traditional lifestyle patterns. Then we had another significant group, those recruited into Kuwait's military and police forces. During the 1960s and 70s, Kuwait actively recruited those individuals and gave them some benefits like giving special resident status, promised future citizenship, the ability of serving in Kuwaiti's security forces, and many continue serving to this day. This situation of the Badoon wasn't always as challenging as it is today. In the 1960s and early 70s, they enjoyed a lot of rights like free education, free healthcare, employment opportunities, government housing, and almost the same rights as citizens. However, everything changed in the 1980s when Kuwait began to reduce their benefits, implement new classifications, review their status, and add more restrictions to them. The 1990 Iraqi invasion of Kuwait marked a crucial turning point. After liberation, security concerns increased, many Bedouin faced suspicion, rights were further restricted, and new politics were implemented. The Kuwaiti government has taken several steps to address this issue. In 2010, they established the central system to review individual cases, verify documentation, determine status, and process applications. They also created a classification system that reviews security status, verifies family history, establishes priority categories, and determines service access. The Badoon crisis represents one of Kuwait's most complex challenges. It raises crucial questions about identity, belonging, human rights, national security, and social justice. While Kuwait continues to grapple with the Badoon issue, another citizenship challenge has emerged in the recent years, the revocation of nationality from existing citizens. The government cited several key reasons like national security concerns, fraudulent documentation, illegal dual citizenship, and what many observers call political dissent. Let me break down each of these reasons. Perhaps the most striking example is the case of Abdullah al-Barghash. As a former member of parliament and opposition figure, his citizenship revocation sent shockwaves through Kuwaiti society. But here is what makes it even more dramatic. 57 members of his family also lost their citizenship. Then we have Saad al-Ajami as a former information minister. Think about this. Even holding such a high position didn't protect him from citizenship revocation. The case of Ahmed al-Shimeri is especially significant for media freedom. As the owner of Al television station, his citizenship revocation sent a clear message to media outlets. Now, you might be wondering, how is this legal? Well, under Article 30 of Kuwaiti's national law, the government can revoke citizenship if 1. It was obtained through fraud, 2. It's deemed necessary for national security, 3. The person has promoted principles that undermine the country's well-being. What's crucial to understand is that there is limited judicial oversight in this process. The impact of these revocations goes beyond just legal status. Affected individuals often lose essential things like access to government services, the right to work, healthcare benefits, educational opportunities, and property rights, and this creates a ripple effect through entire families and communities. What we are seeing in Kuwait represents a large trend in the Gulf region, where citizenship is increasingly viewed as a privilege rather than a right. This raises important questions about state power and individual rights in modern nation states. While Kuwaiti's government maintains these measures are necessary for national security, critics argue they are being used to silence opposition voices. The debate continues, with no clear resolution in sight. What do you think about this practice? Is it a legitimate security measure or an overreach of state power? Share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. This is Sheikh Abollos and I will see you in the next video.